Magnus Carlsen is the winner of Fide World Rapid Championship 2025. In this video, I want to show you the game between Magnus Carlsen against his best friend Moke Niemann. Magnus Carlsen as white start the game with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. After that, Magnus opts to play Italian game bishop c4. Niemann defend with knight f6, 2 knight defense and attacking the pawn. Therefore, d3, protecting the pawn and preparing to develop dark square bishop. Niemann developed his bishop to c5, preparing to castling kingside, and after that, both players save the king. Now, Magnus pushes h3, a prophylactic move. Niemann replied with d6, and after that, c3, preparing for b4. So, Niemann pushes a5. In this position, Magnus Carlsen put his rook to a1 and bishop retreat to a7. After that, knight b to d2, preparing to f1 and g3. Niemann retreat his knight. After that, knight f1, knight g6, and Magnus opts to play bishop b3. In this position, Niemann pushes c6, preparing to play b5. Then Magnus pushes d5 to attack the pawn, but in this position, Niemann makes a complication. He pushes d5. Magnus put his bishop to g5 to attack the knight, and pawn attack the bishop. So bishop takes the knight, queen takes the bishop. After that, pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn, and pawn takes. In this position, the best move for black is pawn takes on d5, but Niemann did not play that move. He opted to play knight f4. Now, white is slightly better. Magnus take on c6, after that, pawn takes on c6, and then knight to g3. Magnus is ready to attack the queen. In this position, Niemann offers to trade the bishop. If white trades the bishop, it will open f5. Therefore, Magnus did not take it. In this position, Magnus attacking the queen. So, the queen must retreat to d8. After that, Magnus attacking the pawn on c6. In this position, Niemann takes the bishop. Queen takes bishop. C-pawn is under attack. Niemann play a counter-attack. He attacked the queen, but Magnus attacking the knight. So, the knight retreat to attack the pawn. In this position, Magnus Carlsen pushes b3. Niemann continue the game with a4. After that, Magnus takes the pawn on c6, and Niemann takes the pawn with his knight to attack the rook. Magnus counter-attack the queen, but Niemann play discover attack. Knight take on f3, check, and attacking the queen at the same time. Therefore, Magnus take the knight with his queen. Now, black queen is attacked. Niemann save his queen to a5, and after that, Carlsen doubling the rook to d1. Niemann captured the pawn, and Magnus capturing back. After that, rook attacking the knight. But Magnus Carlsen attacking the bishop put his rook to 7 rank. In this position, Niemann made a mistake. He put his bishop to b8, planning to play a5, but Magnus played prophylactic move g3. After that, queen e5, and Magnus put his knight to attack the rook. Bishop takes the knight, rook d takes the bishop. After that, Niemann made a mistake. He attacked the pawn, but Magnus play king g2. Everything is safe for him. In this position, Niemann put his rook to b4 and led Magnus to f1 to trade the rook. Niemann offers to trade the queen. Of course, Magnus like it. Queen takes queen, rook takes queen, and after that, Magnus attacked the rook. After rook to b4, Magnus tried the rook. King takes rook, and rook to d3, defending the pawn. Now, Magnus Carlsen is leading 1 pawn. His mission is to promote his pawn. The game continues. Hans Niemann play king e7, and Magnus Carlsen put his king to e3, preparing to getting closer to his passed pawn. Hans Niemann pushes f5 and king d2. Rook b8, king c3. Rook attack the king, but king b2, and now rook attack the pawn. Magnus put his rook to d4, preparing to push the pawn again. In this position, Hans Niemann activate his king to e6, but b4, g5, and king to c3. After h5, Magnus Carlsen pushes h4, g4, and king to c4. King attack the rook, but the rook to f4. After that, rook attack the king. Now the king to b5, rook c3, and king b6. Hans Niemann did not give up. He tried to play rook c1, but b5, rook a1, and c7. Rook attack the king, but king to b7. After that, rook b1, and once again, Magnus pushes his passed pawn. Hans Niemann trying to attack the pawn, but everything is okay. In this position, Magnus put his king to c7, once again preparing to push his pawn. Niemann attacking the king once again, but king b8, a Lucena position. Hans Niemann still fight. He put his rook to b2, but b7. Now Niemann play king to e6. After that, king c7. Rooks attack the queen, but king to b6. Rook attack the king again, and the king to c6. After this move, Hans Niemann resign. If the game continue like rook b1, then rook c4, trading to playing Lucena position and promote the pawn. Rook can be back to b2, but rook c5. Now, white pawn promotion cannot be stopped.